What happened in the United States of America on April 7, 2025? Okay guys, lots of news, let's get into it. As it's become routine, the first topic is once again tariffs. Today, it was reported by Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent that over 70 countries have came to the US to try to negotiate the reciprocal tariffs. Today we learned about one more in specific, Japan. Spoke to the Japanese Prime Minister this morning. He is sending a top team to negotiate. They have treated the US very poorly on trade, Trump wrote on Truth Social. They don't take our cars, but we take millions of theirs, likewise agriculture and many other things, he also said. Another example is the European Union, that have offered to scrap tariffs entirely on industrial goods as a response. Unfortunately, Trump wasn't having it. He turned down the 0 for 0 tariff proposal, saying the offer was not enough to reverse 20% duties on imports. The EU has been very tough over the years. It was formed to really do damage to the United States in trade, he said. They don't take our cars, like Japan in that sense. They don't take our agricultural product. They don't take anything practically, he went on. We have a deficit with the European Union of $350 billion, and it's going to disappear fast, he added. And one of the ways that can disappear easily and quickly is they're going to have to buy our energy from us. So in summary, Trump is open to negotiation, but he's not simply going to remove tariffs if the other country does. He wants the other countries to accept US goods, because the ultimate goal is to decrease the trade deficit. China got the worst of Trump today. On Truth Social, he said that because China issued 34% retaliatory tariffs on American goods, he will slap a 50% additional tariff on Chinese goods. If you're keeping track, that's 10% that were initially levied, then they US-backed 34% tariffs, and finally this new 50% tariff threat, leading to a possible 104% total tariff. Alright, let's talk about some other news, such as Israel. Today, President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met in the Oval Office to discuss a wide range of topics, including Gaza, the 17% tariff on Israel and also Iran. It's been reported that Netanyahu will have Israel remove tariffs on US imports and help reduce the trade deficit very quickly. Trump in response has not committed to calling off the tariff on Israel, showing that even allies aren't necessarily safe in this trade war. You know, we give Israel $4 billion a year. That's a lot. Congratulations, by the way. That's pretty good. But we give Israel billions of dollars a year. Billions. It's one of the highest of any. We give a lot of countries money, he said. In addition to tariffs, President Trump also spoke about Gaza, basically reiterating his desire for the US to change Gaza. Having a peace force like the United States there, controlling and owning the Gaza Strip would be a good thing, Trump said. If you take the people, the Palestinians, and move them around to different countries, and you have plenty of countries that will do that, and you really have a freedom zone. You call it the freedom zone, a free zone, a zone where people aren't going to be killed every day. That's a hell of a place, you know what I call it. A great location that nobody wants to live in, he ended off with. So yeah, he basically thinks of Gaza as a prime real estate deal, not surprising. Finally, let's talk about some court updates. In other huge news, it looks like the Supreme Court has given a 5-4 ruling that essentially allows the Trump administration to resume deportations under the Alien Enemies Act. The ruling by the Supreme Court has one catch though, and that's that deportees have to be given prior notice and opportunity to challenge their detention in court. So yeah, they can't just deport them without process from the gang members' side, but they can initiate the deportations at will. So that's the news, let's discuss.